So as you might know, I had a bit of trouble with some Racing Brothers seals recently. I got these forks serviced, and the seals they used were the orange Lycan Edge seals, so Racing Brothers Edge Lycan seals, and they just leaked like a sieve. They were super dirty, there was oil and grease everywhere. It was constant. I was washing the bike every time. After a week and a half, I serviced the forks again myself, just the lowers, and the foam rings were covered in dirt. Just rubbish seals. So I've just gotten replacement seals from them, and these are the standard Racing Brothers seals, so the standard Lycan seals, no edge, no nothing, and they feel great. The service that I did also, I pulled the forks apart and I disassembled the air spring assembly as well. I pulled all that out and had a look, and that was covered in grease too, so the negative air spring side was covered in grease, and that was definitely playing a part in the sensitivity of the fork. So I pulled that apart, cleaned it properly, cleaned all the insides out, cleaned the stanchion properly, and the forks feel 100% better. They feel really, really good. Really, really supple off the top. I can plow into anything. There's no sharp edges. It just feels great. Now these seals, that was a full day of riding on them yesterday. I serviced it yesterday morning and did, this bike would have had probably 5 or 6 runs at Fox yesterday. And you can see there's hardly any, it's just a tiny trace line of dirt, of dust. So there's no oil, there's no leakage. There's no mess down here around the seal itself. It's perfect. It was a dusty day yesterday, so heaps. You can see the whole bike's pretty dusty. But these forks feel amazing. So I've got the Luft cap in there, completely serviced from the ground up by me. I got them serviced, and I wasn't happy with the service. The oil was a little bit different to what they use standard, and it just wasn't supportive enough for me. It would have been great for a light rider or someone not really looking to push the limits of their bike, but for me, I need the proper stuff in there. So I've got the RockShox 3-weight in the fork, in the damper system, which I did. The 0W30 in the lowers, 10mm each leg. Soaked the foam rings in the 0W30 as well. Got the Racing Brothers standard seals. So yeah, completely cleaned out this leg, or completely cleaned everything basically. But when I serviced it a week and a half after I got them back from service, I didn't pull this air spring apart. So now I've done everything from the ground up on this fork myself. When I pulled this spring out, like I said, full of grease. Now there's only grease where it needs it, so a liberal amount around the seals around the piston head and whatnot. Plenty of grease around there, but no grease anywhere else. And they are just running buttery smooth. They feel like high performance forks again. Before they just didn't feel right. They were choppy off the top. There was no real support. I was running an extra token, more air pressure, and it just wasn't right. So now I've got them singing, and they feel really, really good. And I'm super happy with the Luft cap. I might do a bit of a updated review on what I feel about this Luft cap setup, kind of versus the Debonair, but not really. I don't have the Debonair, but I've ridden a couple of bikes with the Debonair, so I'd like to service a set of Debonairs from the ground up myself, get them, make sure they're 100%, and then ride on them and see how good they really are, because I think the Debonair would be as good as the Luft capper, but with less friction, so it'd be, overall would be better when serviced correctly. So anyway, Racing Brothers seals, they're excellent. Just don't get the Lycan Edge orange ones. They are rubbish. So they can keep them. They should recall them all and burn them in a fire. So standard Racing Brothers, but killer. Definitely good.